Oh, what's up, everybody? How is it going? I want to do a little bit of a Chroma Bloom and Blight beginner's guide. Chroma is live on Kickstarter right now. Please go support us on Kickstarter if you haven't yet. And if you already have, go tell your friends about it. That would be fantastic. But it's also live on Steam. You can actually just download the game. You can download the demo on Steam right now. And then you will... then you will have the game. You can just play against other people. Like this, a bunch of people have already been doing that. We've got our community on Discord, pretty active. We are there all the time, always trying to work on bug fixes and all of that stuff. Now, to be very clear about this is a demo of an alpha. It's a little bit messy, but we're trying our best. Now, I don't know if you guys had seen this yet, but look at our new main screen here. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it beautiful? So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to take you through the rules of the game, how the game is played, all of that stuff, and then maybe play a few matches. Okay? Pretty nice and quick. Now, first, if you don't want to listen to me, you can just watch the tutorial. And by watch the tutorial, I mean play the tutorial. If you click escape, or if you open the options menu, it says right here tutorial. It also asks you if you want to do the tutorial the first time you open the game. But yeah, anyway, it's right here. Also, another thing I want to briefly mention is that there are colorblind options, which is always nice. Anyway, so what is Chroma Bloom and Blight? I'm just going to go ahead and grab myself a deck really quick, and then we're going to load into a single player match. Chroma Bloom and Blight is a traditional card game. What does traditional card game mean? Well, a traditional card game means you have cards that you draw out of your deck that have effects when you play them. I know that sounds incredibly obvious, right? But again, I'm just trying to explain every single detail right now. So right here, we've got what's called a creature, right? If I play a creature like this, I now have a creature on the board. This creature can't immediately attack. It can only attack after it's waited a turn. Creatures can be in two different stances, is what they call it. This right here is the combat stance, and if I click this button, it is now in the guarded stance. You can only swap stance once a turn, and these stances are really important, and I will explain why in just a second. We're playing against the bot here, by the way. The bot is kind of dumb. The bot is not very smart, so forgive the bot for being a little bit stupid, okay? So anyway, this is the guarded stance, and if I were to play this bad boy right here, this would be the combat stance. The difference between the guarded stance and the combat stance is that creatures in the combat stance can attack, and they can be attacked like that, while creatures in the guarded stance can't attack, but they also can't be attacked. So if I were to play this guy right here, and then this guy were to survive a turn, let's maybe play another creature just to make sure that something survives, then in a second you will see that now these two right here have got this like nice little glow around them. This indicates that they are able to attack. While this guy over here can't. Just can't attack. Like it just can't attack. But the good news is also that the AI, if I just pass the turn right now, the AI also can't attack it. It can't destroy it. This way you can protect stuff. It's a very important mechanic in the game. So, there's also other stuff. For example, there's spells. So, lightning strikes twice, deal 2 damage. You may play this spell from your ashes if you do void it. Right, or this right here is simple. Deconstruct. Deal 3 damage. Or right here, Ready the Vanguard. Summon 3 2/2 creatures, give them either +1/+1 or deadly. So, for example, let's play this spell right here. We play this. Then I have our not so beautiful UI here, but I get to choose one of the two. Let's just make them bigger, right? So now I have my free creatures, which is a little bit difficult to say. Anyway, I can now take this guy and attack here. Now, if something is in the guarded stance, I can also swap it out of the guarded stance, and now it's in the combat stance again. And now it could attack again if it wanted to. So that's cool. Anyway, the bot is being a little silly right now. So you can see I can attack the enemy hero. We are both playing heroes is what they're called. So I'm playing the envoy. Our opponent is playing Mole. Heroes have a lot of different elements to them that make them distinct. But what you need to know is that since we both have health, right? So Mole has 37 HP right now. I've got 39. We both start at 40. If our HP drops to 0, we lose the game. So that's really important to keep in mind. Like you don't want that to happen. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this really quick, and then we've got like, sure, why not? Let's play that, and then we can even go ahead and summon another bad boy and just start killing this bot. Now, if you have a look towards the top left corner of the screen, around here, you can see the mana that our opponent has. So our opponent has green and red mana. We, on the other hand, we only have green mana. This is a really important distinction and something that's super crucial. We're going to get to it in the deck building. But you need to know that to play cards, you can't just play them freely, you need to have mana. So, you can see, for example, Deconstruct right here, it says at the top 1A. This means it deals, it requires 1A, 1 green, 1 ambition mana to be played. This right here requires 1 N being 1 neutral and then 1A. Right, 1 green to be played. So in this particular instance, you can spend neutral. You can use any of your colored mana for it. Like, doesn't matter which you use. But if you want to spend green, you need to actually have green mana. So for example, if I wanted to play a card like this right here, which has a cost of 1 V, 1 Valor, 1 red, then this I couldn't play this because I only have green mana, right? I just can't play it. Anyway, let's kill this bad boy. Cool. Now we've lost our guy. I want to actually try something right now. Shoot here and then play this. Play this. There we go. And hey, we got him back. Look at that. And now we're just going to go ahead and kill our opponent because that's how mean we are. Right? So nice, quick, easy match victory. Cool. That's the basics of it. Now, there's a lot more to the game though, right? So if we go in here, this is the deck builder. You can see all of the cards that are currently in the game. There is an even distribution of the 4 colors of cards. There's purple, there's red, there's green, and then there's blue. And then there's also some multicolored ones. So this is green and purple, and this is red and purple, and this is purple and blue, and this is red and green, and you get the idea. Right, so there's a variety of different elements, different cards, different things that all have their own unique effects. Each color represents a faction of the lore, and each faction is different, so each color plays different, which is important. So let's go ahead and start by choosing a hero. When you build a deck, the first thing you want to do is you want to choose a hero. To do that, you got to click up here in the top left corner, right? This little empty thing here. If you click here, you get to the hero selection UI. So in the hero selection UI, you can see the different heroes that are in the game. This UI, by the way, again, everything is being worked on. Like, if you start playing this game, you will notice that we're doing a patch every day, and every day has big improvements. Right? We're really very actively working on this and trying our hardest to get improvements in as quickly as possible. So anyway, here are the different heroes. The different heroes each have a specific set of abilities and mana. So you can see, for example, right here, this is Quill. Quill has 6 devotion and 6 insight, 6 purple and 6 blue. And she has a passive. Whenever a friendly creature dies, do 1 damage to the enemy hero. And then she has a 2 mana active, which says summon a 1/2 creature. Muse right here has 6 devotion, 6 ambition, 6 purple, and 6 green. And then she has the first mana you gain is of all colors. That's her passive. And then she has an active, which costs 1 mana that says Scry. Okay? Cool. So there's a bunch of different heroes. We're going to go ahead and select, definitely not this, definitely not Bebo Bumu. If you play this game, so we have used Bebo Bumu in a lot of stuff, and she's a cool character and everybody loves her. If you download the game and you start by building a deck, do not play Bebo Bumu first. I've seen so many people play Bebo Bumu, and it's not good. She's very hard to play. Please don't start out by playing Bebo Bumu. Let's start out with what's probably the most common hero right now. Let's go ahead and start out with some Quill. So here we go. We got also Quill selected. Now, you will see in this bottom left corner here, we now have 6E and 6D we can select. And with those, we have to build a mana curve, is what it's called. You saw when we were in the game, right? Let's go ahead and well, why don't we grab ourselves actually like like a quill deck really quick. So when we are in the game, you can see that my mana curve down here is one purple, another purple, then a blue. And at the start of every turn, what we're going to get is we're going to get one mana, right? One additional mana, and it's going to refresh all of our mana. So right now we have 2 purple mana available to us, but that's all. We don't have any more than that, right? So I can play something for 2 purple mana. Next turn we're going to have 2 purple and then 1 blue and so on. Right? Now this mana curve is entirely up to you. You are the one that's in charge of deciding what the mana curve looks like and like in what order you gain the mana. You may also notice that this mana curve is only 10 mana long, as opposed to the 12 that every hero has available. So this is very intentional. So you can see that Quill has 12, Minerva has 12, Ryla has 12. Everybody has 12 mana. These 12 mana allow you to kind of like have a bit of variety. So you can lean a little bit more into purple than into blue, or you can do it the other way around and lean a little bit more into blue, or you can just do a nice little split, right? This is especially significant if you're playing a hero that has 3 colors. So for example, with Baby Boomer right here, I can do something like this, or I can slap in a little bit of blue or a little bit like that, or I can take out a little bit of you can see there's a lot of different possibilities that you can have with each hero. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves Quill again. So now we want to build a deck. You can see that by going through the cards here, that there's a lot of cards, and at the top you can always see their mana costs. Now you want to build a deck of 40 cards with a maximum of 3 cards each, with a few exceptions, so-called legendaries. So the Boundless Spire right here is a legendary. Currently, it's kind of hard to tell what is a legendary and what isn't, because the only indication is this, like you can see this little thingy on the side here that indicates how many copies you can have of it in the deck. With legendaries, it only has 1. Again, we're working on this. This will be improved very soon. Hey, thank you so much, Brecky. Thank you very much for the 20 months. So, Boundless Spire, High Archpriest Glycerphane, those are all legendaries. And then for purple, we have Eon and Never Enough. Those are legendaries. So, there's a bunch of stuff. Anyway, the question now is, what kind of deck do we want to build? And if we look at what our hero had, right, our hero has 2 abilities. When our friendly creature dies, they 1 damage the enemy hero. And then a second ability that says summon a 1/2 creature. So, when deciding what we do with our hero, we have a variety of things we can think about. We can say, okay, do we want to use their ability mostly, or do we just care about their mana? Do we want to both? Like, how exactly do we go about this? Let's go ahead and build something a little bit weirder, because it sounds kind of fun, right? So, what we're going to build is a deck that's pretty heavy on enchantments. This right here is my favorite card in the game. This is Eon Harmonious. Eon has 2 effects. The first one is your hero's warded. Warded means that your hero can be targeted by spells, hero powers, or active effects from your opponent. So while Eon is on the board, your hero is protected, which is cool. But that's not really the main effect. The main effect is you can choose an enchantment in the ashes. After a card leaves the board or is played, is used up, is destroyed, after a card has been used and is done, it goes into the ashes. You can choose an enchantment in the ashes and then add its effect to Eon. So Eon gains the effect of that enchantment. So that's a cool card, right? So what enchantments do we have? You can see what an enchantment is based on the card shape. So enchantments, what they have at the top is that they are round, right? Enchantments are round at the top. Creatures are this kind of little hexagonal shape, right? Hinted at hexagonal shape at the top. Spells are just square, but they're round at the bottom. And then so-called landmarks are just all around square. And then there's also weapons, which I guess we can go ahead and turn this off really quick so I can show you a weapon. But weapons look like this. So weapons look quite a bit different. Anyway, this little switch right here just shows you all of the cards your hero can play. So that's something that just kind of helps us figure that out a little bit. Anyway. You can see that a bunch of cards don't have artwork yet. We are still working on. That's what the Kickstarter's for, right? Like, we're not just kickstarting for shits and giggles. So anyway, What are some cool enchantments? So this right here is an enchantment. Sure, let's go and just add that into the deck. How about we just start by selecting all enchantments, right? So now we know all enchantments. These are all enchantments. Which ones seem fun? How about healing rains? Cool, healing. It bites its time. Sure, healing bodies here, never enough. What does blue have? Gift of inspiration? Sure. Hug. That sounds kind of cool. Disarm all creatures. Now they can't attack anymore. Right? 9 Ice Boon. Whenever you play a spell, draw a card. Whenever you draw a card, deal 2 damage to an enemy hero. That sounds kind of crazy. Gratitude. Whenever you store health to a friendly character, add a coin to your hand up to a maximum of 3 coins a turn. Now that seems kind of like it would be that would be like a lot that you can do with that, right? That seems kind of strong. So maybe we can do that. Sure, that sounds kind of fun. So let's go ahead and get rid of this selection. So we have a bunch of enchantments in our deck now. Let's see what else works with that. So, for example, the Belanu Elder, whenever you play a spell, restore health. Sure. So now we kind of have spells. We have some healing. Awesome. Good. Blossom. This is another cheap spell, right? Like maybe now we want to look at, okay, what spells are there? Right? So Blossom, that seems good. Healing. We like healing. Or all creatures become 1/1. That seems like a good way to protect ourselves, right? I mean, we could get something like Look Out Below, which deals 1 damage up to 3 different targets. That kind of makes sense with Awe. That seems like not too bad, right? Anyway, you can see there's a bunch of different things that we can use. Better Than Luck. Search your deck for a card, add a copy of it to your hand. Ooh, that seems good. Right, so you can see there's a variety of different things. So at this point, our deck is already looking pretty full. Right, we've got 35 out of 40 cards. So maybe we want to like put some things in here that, oh, this right here is an enchantment creature. That maybe might be cool. Like it's an enchantment and a creature. What do we have that works with enchantments? So this is a card that whenever you play an enchantment or an enchantment fates, draw a card. Well, that seems good. We have a lot of enchantments. So let's go ahead and put some of those in. So now we've got a deck full of stuff. Is this a good deck? No, it's not a good deck. But right now we're just kind of trying to throw something together so we've got a deck. Right, so now we got to take some stuff out because we have 1 card too many. So let's take out Better Than Luck. Sure, why not? Now we need to look at what is our mana curve like. So we only have, we have 2 cards that require 1 devotion, right? So let's go ahead and start with that. Then, on turn 2, what do we have there? Well, we've got nothing that requires any sort of mana other than devotion. So, it bites its time, requires 2 devotion, right? So, let's go ahead and put that in there. Sounds good. All right, we're on turn 3 now. So, turn 3. By the way, I apologize that the sorting right here isn't very good. It's not very easy to tell the order of things. This is something, again, that we're working on. So anyway, on turn 3, well, we have Lunar Witness. Well, we already got 2 devotion. That's cool. So we could put blue there. We've got Healing Rains. Cool. We already got 2 devotions. That's already taken care of. But that's about it. Like, there's nothing really immediately pressing. So I guess we could just put a blue there. So we're going into turn 4. Better Than Luck. Okay, cool. We fulfilled those mana costs. Or, cool, we fulfilled those. Ghost of Goodwill. Seems we got all of that under control. Belanu Elder. Cool, we've got that. But we do have Gift of Inspiration here. And you can see that the Gift of Inspiration, we actually can't play this. Because it requires 3 blue. And even if for turn 4 I put another blue, which would allow us to play Gratitude. So we want to do that. But even if I do that, I still can't play the Gift of Inspiration. Because that requires 3 blue, right? Not just 2. So I can't play it on turn 4. And generally speaking, when something like that happens, it's best to just maybe get rid of the card. So we've got some slots open for something else. Well, we have our curve looking at this. We have 2 purple and then 2 blue. So we don't really want to take something like War Chronicler because we can't really play that. So we want to look at something else. Like what sounds kind of good. Right? Hope maybe. Epigon, add a copy of another permanent to your hand. That, I don't know. This is where we kind of have to think about, like, what works best for our deck, right? Like, what is something that we would like to have in there? What's something that would benefit us? So maybe we get the Roaming Contemplative. This right here has two abilities. One heals you and one heals you for even more. And considering we are trying to do some healing, it fits into our mana pool. Sure. Let's go and put that guy in there. All right, cool. And now we need to finish up our mana curve. So we need to start looking into what are we building towards, right? We are now on 5 mana. Is there anything on 5 mana that needs our immediate attention? No, not really. But something that does need our attention is Eon. Eon requires 5 devotion, so it's pretty devotion heavy. Now, if we want to play him on turn 7, we actually have to go like this, right? We don't really have much of a choice there. And we do want to play him on turn 7. And Never Enough also requires 6 devotion. So if we want to play that on turn 8, we actually have to go like this. And then we got to go like that. All right, cool. Cool. All right. So what do we call our decks? We'll call that our deck. We'll call that enchantments. Awesome. We save that. And now you can see we have our enchantment deck right there. We can just scroll over here, select that. Awesome. So we could play some single player right now, or we could just go straight into ranked. And because we are the best and the smartest and the greatest, and we are just so big brain power that nobody can handle us, we're gonna go straight into ranked. Right? Straight into ranked. Because nobody can stop us. Cool, we found a player. It's actually pretty quick to find players right now. Yeah, it's just pretty easy to find players. Like, the nice thing about 1 versus 1 games, you don't really need that many people online to be able to find other people to play against. Right? And this really has nothing to do with me streaming. Like, every time I've been queuing over the past 2-3 days, I've pretty much immediately found somebody.
Day for a battle of wits.
So we're playing against the Bread is Rising. Cool. All right, let's look at our hand here. Well, we've got It Bites Its Time. We've got Lunar Rhythms. We've got Bountiful Harvest. This kind of looks all right. This looks fine to me, so let's just go ahead and keep it. If we want to, we can shuffle the hand back once and just get a complete new hand of cards. But honestly, I feel like the chances of us getting something that is better than what we just had is a little low. Okay, so looking at what we're going up against, immediately, this guy is a Paragon recruit. What this guy does is he becomes stronger and stronger the more other like allies, I guess, he plays. And then we're also looking at the hero that is Maul. Maul is an aggressive hero. Maul goes face. So we need to immediately start thinking about defense. How do we do that? Well, we have this card. It Bites Its Time. At the end of your turn, reduce the maximum HP of all creatures by 1. Increase this by 1 whenever you play another enchantment. So what we can do here is we can use our coin, which gives us 1 chromatic mana, which chromatic mana is a mana of all colors, to immediately run out It Bites Its Time. So this is cool because we have 2 bountiful harvests available, which allow us to immediately synergize with that. Now, you may notice that that guy actually didn't lose any HP. That's because it's buggy and it actually starts at 0 right now. But the card itself works fine. Anyway, we've got... by the way, we've got voice lines.
You have my gratitude. My sincerest regrets.
Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and play 2 of these now. What they will do is they heal us at the end of our turn, and then we can also once in a while use their active effect, spend some mana, draw some cards. But you can see that guy only has 1 HP now. So we can start reducing that HP pool, which will just allow us to, start looking a little bit better there, right? Anyway, so we've got a Lonely Guy, Rally, draw a creature with Rally, which rallied this guy, and now it's a whole situation there. But again, we don't really need to worry too much about that, because as it stands, we're actually fine. This will kill both of them. So we're going to just activate this, which draws us a card, and then we're done. So Bountiful Harvest has an effect, right? It says at the end of your turn, restore 1 health to your hero, and it has an active ability, which has a cooldown of 2, meaning you can only use it every other turn. Right? So the way cooldowns work is a cooldown of 1 means you can use it once a turn, but you can also use it every turn. A cooldown of 0 means you can use it however often you want in a turn. And a cooldown of 2 requires 1 turn in between as a break. Cooldown of 3, 2 turns in between, you get the idea. This is also an enchantment. The way an enchantment works, it has a so-called span. So you can see this right here, It Bites Its Time, has a span of 4. The span of an enchantment is reduced at the start of its turn, and if it reaches 0, it goes away. So you can see that it bides its time. While it did clear the board and keep us safe, right now we're actually going to have its last trigger. Afterwards, we'll not be able to use it anymore because it's just going to die at the start of our turn, which isn't really very good for us. So we need to start thinking about what is our next plan here. Now, we've got some options. So we've got Gratitude here, which is another enchantment we could play right now. Or we could play the Belanu Elder, which is also another enchantment we could play right now. Oh, not an enchantment, but it's a creature we could play right now. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to play Gratitude. Whenever you restore health to a friendly character, add a coin to your hand. So, I really hope this card works, by the way. And? Yes! Hey, look at that. We got some coins. Alright. So, we've got another enchantment down. So, now we are looking pretty good. That's a pretty big boy. I think that's kind of scary. And we need to start dealing with that. So, luckily, we have some options. So, Belanu Elder. Whenever you play a spell, restore 3 health to your hero. So what we want to do now is we want to play this guy, but we want to play him in a way that leaves a purple mana open. To do that, what we can do is we can just go ahead and queue here. Why do we want to do that? Well, we want to play Blossom. Because Blossom is nice. Draws a card, restores some health. Right, you can see that there's like quite a lot of healing synergy here. Now, if I were to just play this guy, the game would automatically select what mana to spend. And by automatically selecting which mana to spend, it could be that what it does, since it has the option of spending 2 devotion, 1 insight, and then 1 neutral, is we could spend like this. Which isn't good because we don't really need the blue. So what we do is we manually queue here. Now the game knows that to prioritize spending this specific mana. Alright, let's play the Belanu Elder. Cool. Now the problem is right now the Belanu Elder will just get absolutely shreked by this guy. We don't really want that, so we're going to switch him into the guarded stance. Now it can't be attacked anymore, we gotta protect it. And also while we at it, let's play a Blossom. Restore some health to ourselves, draw a ton of coins and cards, and there you go, do that. Yeah, give me some more coins, there we go. And while we at it, just kind of like keep adding. And right now, things are maybe going a little bit silly. Yeah, it's another bountiful harvest. And, cool. I think we're done for now. Oh. Sadly, we're not getting any more coins because that's just kind of the end of it. Anyway, the good news is we have a lot on the board that provides us with healing. That leads into our win condition here, which is Healing Bodies. Healing Bodies currently needs a better name, doesn't really have a cool name yet. But what it says is at the end of your turn, if you have more health than your opponent, summon a creature with stats equal to half the difference between your and your opponent's health. Very popular card. People love this thing. What you can do with this is you play it, and then if you have more health to your opponent than your opponent, you get a creature. A nice, strong, powerful creature. Okay. Now we need to figure out what we do here. We are going up against a lot of damage, and that's a bit scary. It might be fine, but it might also not be fine. And whether or not it is, that's what we need to figure out. I think we need to start reducing this damage that's coming in. You can see that's 19 damage staring us down right now. So, what we can do here is we could play Awe, which makes these guys small. The problem is the way that the rally mechanic, and specifically the Stewards of Fate, which is what these guys are, the rally mechanic is kind of centered around the idea of buffing creatures. So since they will become bigger again, making them small is more of a temporary fix, not really a good solution. I could make them small and then maybe put this guy in the combat stance and try to fight them, but that seems a bit sketchy as well. So I think what we're going to do right now is we are actually going to make them small. Right? So now they are very small boys. Then we're going to play some coins, because we have just so much money. And then we're going to play a Ghost of Goodwill. This is a so-called enchantment creature. What this guy does is, it is both an enchantment and a creature. The way enchantment creatures are shown, it says enchanted 4. Right, that shows it's an enchantment and it has a span of 4. So I explained how enchantments work, right? This guy has a span. When the span runs out, the enchantment goes away. Well, this guy has attack health just like creatures do, and if the health would drop to 0, it would die. But it also has a span like an enchantment does. If the creature part of it, if its health drops to 0, then this creature doesn't die. It doesn't go to the ashes. Instead, it is turned into an enchantment. Which, will we see this here? I think we will. So you can see now the creature is still around. The enchantment part is just the thing remaining here. While the actual... Like, what am I saying here? While, sorry, something in my brain isn't working right now. The way, while the body, right, the creature is gone. Similarly, if the span were to run out before the creature would die, then the creature would also go away. So, we need to start thinking about this. We're currently looking at 20 damage. We have 46 HP with another bunch coming in. We can heal ourselves for another 9, 12. So we would be fine. And I think we want to start winning. So we could play Never Enough. What Never Enough does is it enters the story, which is what this general area is called, under your opponent's control. At the start of your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Discard your hand, destroy all your creatures, destroy all your other enchantments, or summon 4 5/5 creatures for your opponent. So playing this is sort of a pretty brutal way to start winning the game. So we're going to do that. Now our opponent has Never Enough on the board, and now our opponent needs to start figuring out what to do against it. Anyway, in the meantime, we're going to go and play some more coins because we get infinite coins. It's just how things are right now. I mean, like, I'm not going to complain about it. Infinite coins, let's go. And we're just going to summon a little creature here. This guy is mostly just there to die. Doesn't really do anything else, but it doesn't really need to do anything else. So, we have a full board. Also, I think some of our healing didn't work properly right there. Kind of annoying. Again, we're really actively working on these bugs. Like, I swear, I promise. Like, we have so many bug fixes coming in every single day. I guess maybe I shouldn't advertise that because that kind of means we have a shit ton of bugs. But please forgive us. It is an alpha, okay? The game is largely playable. So, let's go ahead and... have a look here. So there's a lot of damage there. And by a lot, I mean like, oh my god, this is a bit scary. So we need to figure something out to do here. But I'm smart. Did you guys know that? Probably not. But I am a little smart. Not super, but like a little. I saved Hawk. Now what is Hawk? That's kind of a weird thing. No, Hawk disarms all creatures. If a creature is disarmed, it can't attack. Isn't that great? And that's it. That's all Hawk does. So we're going to go ahead and play some more coins here because with our current like whole combo, we kind of have access to sort of infinite coins. Do I not have enough mana? Guys, I feel like you're lying to me, but okay. Anyway, Hawk disarms all creatures. What does disarming do? Well, they can't attack anymore. It's really pretty straightforward, honestly. It's like not that insane. Anyway. Yeah. That buys us some time. Oh, our opponent just equipped a weapon. So we talked about weapons before. Weapons are equipped by heroes. And you can see our opponent now has a weapon equipped, which deals 11 damage. Maul in particular is a specialist if it comes to fighting with weapons. So that's really not very good for us. Now we have a problem, and that is our board is full of garbage. We have all of these little healing enchantments, these bountiful harvests. And while they are nice, don't get me wrong, right now I would like to play some bigger stuff that actually helps me win the game. And Hawk is going to run out soon. So how about we start by looking for something that could potentially help us. Let's go ahead and use Better Than Luck. So, what are we even looking for? Well, we've got some more Hawk here. I mean, Eon can be used to extend Hawk endlessly. and then stack a bunch of healing on Eon is like a pretty neat way of kind of like going about it. Of course, we could just get Awe, right? With Awe, we make all of the creatures 1/1s again. The problem with that is it doesn't really help us. Because, like, again, the Stewards are all about buffing. And if we play this, and like you saw, the guys are turned into 1/1s, they're pretty big again. So I don't really think that's the way to go. I don't think that's the way to win. I think Eon is the way to win. So we're going to grab ourselves Eon. Then, we have a bunch of coins again, which is nice. Let's maybe activate one of these, just kind of get a draw in. Oh, that was a mistake. Turns out I've got a hand full of coins. You can only have 10 cards in hand. Although I'm thinking we might increase that limit. Anyway, okay. Well, we're just gonna pass. Okay, cool. So the nice thing is at the start of our turn, Gratitude is going to go away. Ghost of Goodwill is going to go away. And we're finally going to have a little bit more space on the board. Which is good. That helps. That helps for sure. And we do still have enough healing that I'm not super worried about this guy killing us. So, currently there's a bug with Never Enough. Which is why I'm going to make a play that really you shouldn't make if you're just playing the game. But I'm going to make the play here because I am aware that there's a bug there. Okay? So, what is the bug? Well, Never Enough, it's supposed to make you choose all of the choices. But right now it doesn't do that. It only makes you choose 3 and then it goes away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Lunar Witness. And I'm going to use its ability to extend the span of this. And this will now make the Bread is Rising choose the last effect, which is destroy all of your creatures. Which will hopefully, finally, put an end to this nonsense. And then finally, well, we can still play a bunch of coins, which is great. Because why not? Who doesn't want coins? And then we play Eon. We immediately put Eon into the guarded stance. We don't want Eon to get beaten up by our opponent. And then we use Eon's active effect, which allows us to choose one of these cards and add it to Eon. So if I choose Gratitude now, Eon, as you can see, has a bit of a long card text. That's because Eon now has the abilities of Gratitude. And with that, our turn, I think, is done. And with that, we have successfully dealt with our opponent. The Bread is Rising is booming bug abusing here. I'm not bug abusing. No. So this card is supposed to make you choose all 4 options. Right? And currently the bug is that it doesn't make you do that. It only makes you choose 3. So what I did is I fixed the bug. I didn't abuse it. Okay? I want to be very clear, but there's no bug abusing going on. I'm fixing a bug. So anyway, we have Gratitude now, so that's good. We can also use this to get ourselves Hawk. Fun. Also, we can play Healing Rain. And, well, now we're just kind of like, this whole healing situation is starting to get a little bit out of hand, isn't it? Well, I'll just go ahead and start playing more and more of this stuff. Right, we're going to activate this and expand the span of that. We already used this, right? Well, I think for now, I don't really need to draw any cards, so I'm just going to pass. Luckily, at the start of next turn, a bunch of this board is going to start freeing up for us again. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, we need to start dealing with that. So there's a lot happening here. That is a lot of damage coming in very, very rapidly. How do we deal with that? So this weapon is a big, big problem. And I don't think our deck really considered how to deal with a weapon. There are cards that let you deal with it, but I don't think we put any into our deck, so that's a little bit awkward, isn't it? No. Let's figure out what we can do in the meantime. Right, so we're still struggling here. We can play Roaming Contemplative, which is even more healing. We need to figure out what our approach is, right? So we're going to go ahead and choose this and add the Ghost of Goodwill to Eon's effects. So now Eon will start healing, which is good. We can also... We can probably play the Roaming Contemplative, put that into the guarded stance, and then just kind of start spamming more healing on us. My entire strategy right now is pretty much entirely how much healing can I do? How can I just stay alive through the sheer power of healing? It seems the gratitude effect on Eon isn't quite working properly, so let's maybe go ahead and just put down that gratitude manually. And with that, cool. Alright. Good. Now, you might be like, okay, Balmy, that's great that you have a lot of healing, but how the hell are you going to win? Well, it turns out I won't. Turns out the answer to that is I won't, I lost. And that's pretty much because our deck didn't really do anything. So we just had Einar come down. Einar, who says Dawn, destroy all creatures in defense mode. That's the guarded stance. Still need to change that wording. But that destroyed Eon, the Bella Nuelda, the Contemplative, the Luna Witness, because they were all in the guarded stance. Einar is the big guarded stance counter because he just comes down and is like, fight me, and if you won't, then I'll just kill you right now. Einar doesn't put up with your bullshit, and honestly, at this stage, it's probably over for us. Now, I do want to say that our deck is not very good. We built a fun little deck here, and I enjoyed playing it. But if I was trying to win the game, this is probably not how I would go about doing it. But yes, Einar coming down is a big problem, not just because Einar instantly kills everything in the guarded stance, but also I don't really have a great way of killing Einar right now. And if you don't kill Einar, honestly, the whole situation just becomes worse by the second. So maybe we can do something like that. Then like, or... Alright, here we go. Honestly, this was not very well executed by me, but oh well. So this is, yeah, what Einar can do, again, he has a rally effect. And that burns or voids a target creature, or target permanent even. So he just rallied Einar, who immediately just deleted one of my Sphinx from the game. And as you imagine, that doesn't really work out that well. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to play Healing Rains, and then realize that we're really stupid and didn't queue our mana properly, and now we don't have enough mana to do what we needed to do. And that's it. That's pretty much the end of that sentence. So let's really hope we draw something good here. Let's activate that. Cool, another Healing Rains. Whatever, that works. So, Healing Rains. We're still healing. Oh, man. So, yeah. I think the bug in Never Enough makes it a better card. No, I don't like it that way. The idea of Never Enough is that you have to choose all of them. It's supposed to be powerful. And you have to like keep in mind that while Never Enough may seem overwhelming, I'm still dying over here. So even though I did play Never Enough, I am still losing. But it's starting to feel like we might actually be able to pull this off. So we're going to play the Ghost of Goodwill here. And then... and I think that's actually it. Maybe we play this effect. So since whenever a friendly creature dies, we deal some damage to the opponent. This way I can kill one of my own creature and deal some damage. Okay. So this right here is the Paragon Recruit. And it seems we might have actually somehow run Brandis Rising out of damage. Did we do it? We might have done it. Okay, so we attack here. And, yeah, a little. Let me go ahead and play this now. This has a pretty lengthy span. It's not going to be able to trigger its effect right now, but at the next turn it will be able to. Okay. So we have far too many coins. Guys, I have so much money. I wish I could take these coins and put them into the Kickstarter. Like you guys should be doing. Put all of the coins into the Kickstarter, please. Put all of your resources into the Kickstarter. So, okay. The good news is that we aren't dead. And it doesn't seem like we are actually going to die. So, we're going to immediately use all of this healing to just heal ourselves more. Right? Play these coins because frankly I just don't want them in my hand. And I think we're now actually going to be able to trigger... Yes! We got healing bodies out. And now we've got a 9/9 on the board. So that is pretty cool. I like that. So you can see what you saw in this game, right? Was me playing a deck that really doesn't... Like, it doesn't just rely on creatures. Like, I hardly fought with creatures at all. All of my creatures spend most of the time in the guarded stance. And I mostly just used enchantments to create a lot of, like defenses. Anyway, we're going to swing to face. Going face is nice here. We play another healing bodies. We heal ourselves even more. And with that... we get ourselves, yes, 2 more 12/12s. And I think that should probably be in. That should probably be in. And that is enough damage. And we did it. We somehow miraculously pulled out a victory. Look at that. And with that, we have done it. So yeah, anyway, Chroma Bloom and Blight is available on Steam right now. I hope this little bit of a beginner's guide here helped you figure out how to play the game. Please give it a try, even if you aren't interested in putting money into the Kickstarter. This game is my baby. I put so much time and effort and money into it. I tried really hard, and yeah, I would really appreciate it. Anyway. We just broke 28,000, so that's exciting. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.